Reacher star Alan Ritchson responds to constant comparisons with Tom Cruise. For many fans, Alan Ritchson is Jack Reacher. When you are taking on a character that has been previously portrayed by a Hollywood legend like Tom Cruise, that kind of recognition is something to be celebrated. However, Ritchson is just as happy to have his performance compared to that of his predecessor, and says he will, in fact, never tire of it. Ritchson is currently riding high on a hugely successful second season of Prime Video's Reacher, and in a recent interview with Jonathan Blomberg Interviews, the actor was asked about whether it ever gets tiring having people constantly comparing his version of Reacher to the Tom Cruise version. He said, "Never. Being compared to the most legendary actor of all time? The last film star? I would never tire of being compared to somebody of his stature. Look, he did his thing. He brought a lot of eyes to this project that wouldn't be here otherwise, I think. There's some great IP. The books are great. A lot of people have read them and enjoy the show because of them, but I think a lot of people enjoy the show because he made them aware of it." Tom Cruise played Lee Child's creation in 2 movies, released in 2012 and 2016. Both movies were a financial success, but while the first movie gained a reasonably positive set of the reviews, the sequel, Jack Reacher, Never Back Down, didn't get the same kind of praise. Although a second sequel was still being discussed as late as 2020, director Christopher McQuarrie said at the time that it was unlikely another movie would happen as the franchise has moved on. We haven't. Early in 2022, all thoughts of another Tom Cruise movie were well and truly buried by the arrival of Amazon original series Reacher, starring Ritchson in the title role. As well as gaining mostly positive reviews for its first season, the show also became the first Prime Video series to top Nielsen's weekly streaming rankings, and ended the year as Prime Video's #1 title across both series and movies. One of the biggest factors in Reacher's success, literally, has been the size of its leading man. At 6'2" tall, Ritchson is much closer in his physical appearance to that of Cruise, and this is something that was noted by audiences from the start. Additionally, the first 2 seasons have been pretty much faithful adaptations of the first and 11th novels, Killing Floor and Bad Luck and Trouble respectively. It is currently not known which novel the 3rd season will take on, but Ritchson teased that it will be another fully self-contained story. He said, "Reacher's first season is currently streaming on Prime Video, along with the first episodes of Season 2. Season 2 episodes drop every Friday until January 19th, 2024. Alan Ritchson, the towering star of Amazon Prime's hit series Reacher, has been making waves ever since he stepped into the shoes of the beloved character, Jack Reacher. Adapted from Lee Child's best-selling novels, Reacher follows the journey of a former military police officer who finds himself entangled in various dangerous situations. The character's combination of towering physical presence, unshakable confidence, and keen intellect has resonated deeply with fans of the books. However, one thing has been hard for both Ritchson and his fans to escape: the constant comparisons to Tom Cruise, who portrayed Reacher in 2 feature films prior to the Amazon series. In a world where movie and television adaptations often ignite debates about casting, it's not unusual for audiences to form strong opinions about who should play a character. When Tom Cruise was cast as Jack Reacher in the 2012 film Jack Reacher and its 2016 sequel Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, fans of the novels voiced their concerns, especially about his physical appearance. In the books, Reacher is described as a hulking figure, standing at 6'5" and weighing around 250 pounds. Tom Cruise, known for his action-packed roles and star power, is significantly shorter at 5'7". While Cruise brought his signature intensity and charisma to the role, some fans couldn't overlook the drastic difference in stature. Enter Alan Ritchson, whose casting in the Amazon series felt like a breath of fresh air to many readers of Lee Child's novels. Ritchson, who stands 6'2" and possesses an imposing frame, more closely matches the physical description of Reacher from the books. The comparisons between Ritchson and Cruise began almost immediately after the casting announcement, and they've only grown louder since the series premiered. But how does Ritchson feel about being constantly compared to such a Hollywood legend? In various interviews, Ritchson has expressed both gratitude and frustration with the comparisons. On the one hand, being mentioned in the same breath as Tom Cruise is a testament to the iconic nature of the character and the legacy Cruise brought to the role. On the other hand, Ritchson wants to make it clear that his portrayal of Jack Reacher is unique and deeply rooted in his own interpretation of the character. "I think Tom Cruise did a fantastic job," Ritchson said in an interview shortly after the series premiered. "He brought his own version of Reacher to life in a way that worked for the big screen, and you can't argue with his star power. He's one of the greatest action stars of all time. But I also think my Reacher is a different kind of animal." Ritchson is right. His portrayal of Reacher differs greatly from Cruise's. While Cruise's Reacher was a more polished, cerebral figure, Ritchson's Reacher is raw, physical, and more in line with the unrelenting force described in Child's books. Ritchson's towering presence allows for a more imposing and intimidating Reacher, one who can handle a room full of enemies without breaking a sweat. This physicality, combined with a quiet, calculating demeanor, is what has endeared him to fans of the source material. "I wanted to make sure that my portrayal stayed true to the spirit of the character that so many people love," Ritchson explained. "Reacher isn't just a guy who can fight. He's also someone with a deeply rooted sense of justice. He's smart, thoughtful, and doesn't say more than he needs to. A lot of what makes Reacher Reacher is what he doesn't say." While comparisons to Cruise are inevitable, Ritchson also points out that television as a medium offers a different opportunity for character development than film. In a series format, there's more time to explore the nuances of a character's personality and motivations. Over the course of multiple episodes, audiences get to see Reacher in a variety of situations, some action-packed, others more introspective. This allows Ritchson to build a more layered and complex version of the character, one that resonates deeply with fans of the books. "In a TV show, you have the time to really dive into who Reacher is," Ritchson said. "It's not just about the fights or the action scenes. We get to explore his relationships, his past, and what drives him. I think that's one of the reasons why fans of the books have responded so positively to the show." Despite the positive reception, Ritchson is well aware that not everyone will stop comparing him to Cruise anytime soon. But rather than shy away from the comparisons, Ritchson has embraced them, acknowledging that they come with the territory of playing such an iconic character. He's even used the opportunity to praise Cruise's work and legacy in Hollywood. "I have nothing but respect for Tom," Ritchson said. "I mean, the guy is a legend. He's done things in this industry that most people can only dream of. So if people want to compare me to him, that's fine. But I also think we're telling a different kind of Reacher story here, and am proud of what we've created." As the Amazon series continues to gain popularity, Ritchson's portrayal of Reacher is likely to stand the test of time. While Cruise's version of the character will always have its place in cinematic history, Ritchson's Reacher has carved out a new path, one that resonates with both die-hard fans of the novels and new audiences alike. In the end, both Cruise and Ritchson have brought something unique to the role, and each has left their own mark on the character of Jack Reacher. For Alan Ritchson, the comparisons may never fully go away, but his focus remains on delivering the best possible version of the character for his audience. "I just want to do right by the fans," Ritchson said. "That's what matters most to me. If people love the show and feel like I brought Reacher to life in a way that feels authentic, then I've done my job. I just want to do right by the fans," Ritchson said. "That's what matters most to me. If people love the show and feel like I brought Reacher to life in a way that feels authentic, then I've done my job."